Hey, so my mom gave me this. I'm pretty sure she's not a secret assassin or anything like that. But let's find out what we can do with this. We got a project that I have not done. At least half of it I haven't done before. This is a daisy wheel. I gathered some yarn. I'm going to make the traditional color, you know, white with the yellow in the middle. Kind of look like my logo. And then I'm thinking about doing blue around the edges. I haven't crocheted in a gajillion years. I think I'm pretty positive I made a blanket back in middle school for home ec or something like that. And I didn't hate it, but it is kind of therapeutic and nice to do. So I'm gonna give this a try, look up some patterns. I found one crochet hook, which just happens to be like the longest crochet hook on the planet, but it'll work because I don't know if I'm gonna do crocheting after this. We'll see. I might end up loving it, who knows? But let me show you how I use this funky little device that's fun to play with. Okay, what you're going to do here is basically wrap each spoke. You're going to go in a crisscross pattern. Think of the old spiral graphs we made back in school where you went with your pencil. Same thing. I went around about 3 times. You can do however many you like. Just, you can make them thicker or thinner. It doesn't matter. There really is no wrong way to do this. Just whatever you decide to do it the same way each time. And that's going to be the basic rule the whole way through. When making the center, there are several patterns for this. The way I decided to go is to knot each petal. Then go around, just like I did with the white yarn, until I got the center the way I liked. I ended up going around once this way, and it worked out just fine for me. Once done, you just knot the ends, and the best and the most satisfying part is to turn the knob and you release the flower and pop! Just like that, you have a daisy. Well, now we have the daisies. Now what? My next challenge was to figure out how to connect all of my little daisies. I went to Google and I found a ton of patterns. Almost all of them had the patterns written out in what I could only describe as alien hieroglyphics. It's like a non-musician trying to read sheet music. Yeah, I was lost. But when I went to YouTube, I found this lovely lady that had my exact project, and she basically held my hand. Shout out to Tangling Yarn. I'm definitely a visual learner, and this helped a lot. To relay what I learned, the next step is you just basically are going to make a ring around all the daisies. You start with a little knot loop. Catch your looped petal. I did 3 loops. If you did more or less loops, just catch them all onto your hook. Loop the blue yarn onto your hook, loop through, and guess what? You just did a crochet stitch. Then you're just going to count 1, 2, 3. Then again, loop the hook through your petals, catch the yarn on the other side, bunny goes through the hole, and repeat. When you get to the end, you just tie it off and you go on to the next flower. I then just took all my daisies, settled in, watched the new season of Witcher, and worked away. It was very relaxing and the time went by super fast. Alright, I ended up going crazy and making a lot. Now, because this was just too fun and too easy to do, just sitting in front of the TV and going to town, right? Now, the next step is to figure out how to connect these all. Back to the instructional videos. Okay, so the final part, it's a level up and it's a little trickier. I had to practice a bit before trying to relay what I learned to you. Basically, you're going to use the gaps between your petals to make this pattern. It's a loop around the hook, put the hook into the gap, catch another loop of the blue, loop another blue loop, stick with me, loop through 2, catch another loop, and loop through 2 again. It takes a little practice, believe me. I didn't get it on the first try. You're basically going to repeat until you get 3. You will notice that this particular pattern is in 3s. So you're going to have 3 loops, 3 stitches, 3 gaps to go through. To attach the next flower, you do the same thing and over. For a much better explanation, definitely watch the Tangled Yarn videos. I'll put the link in the description. I did it! I finished it. Ooh. I could go bigger, and I probably could have, but I ran out of the white yarn. It could be a scarf. So fancy. It could be a table runner, which is probably what it's going to end up doing. I could use it for my craft shows or something. Pretty nice. I'm pretty proud of myself. It was fun trying to remember how to crochet. I think, now keep in mind, back in my middle school days, I probably did one stitch, and I did over and over and over and over again until I made a little blanket for probably a doll or something. But this one, this took my mental skills to the max, I will say. Just don't look at it up close. I couldn't tell you how many times I had to pull it out, redo it because it didn't line up, and yeah, it was tricky but doable. And I will say it was also very nice to, you know, just sit in front of the TV and just work along. It was kind of therapeutic. I get it. I get why people do this. And if I had more little daisies done, I probably would have kept going and going forever, because it is nice to just sit there and just kind of zone out. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and I was counting. So yeah, I would definitely do this again, or add on to this. Maybe I will later on, you know. So the moral of the story: you can do anything if you put your mind to it, right? Crocheting was always like, I have knitted before. I think, oh gosh, I think I had to do it for home ec or something. And that's the double needles. I'm sure if I put my mind to it, I could try that too. But crocheting, yeah, I think I'll do some more. I looked at some kits, you know, where you make cute little bunnies and things like that. And it said intermediate crocheters. It was a little intimidating, even though it was just a little ball with some ears. I don't know if I'm there yet. I mean, this was my max brain capacity so far. But yeah, what do you think? Are you guys, I'm sure you guys are some talented crocheters out there, and you got some cool things. Tell me about it. What should I try as a beginner? I mean, well, am I still a beginner if I'd done this? Maybe. What would you suggest that I try next, as far as crocheting or knitting or actually anything? But yeah, this was a fun little experiment. I wanted to use that daisy wheel thing, and this is what I came up with. I like the daisy motif, obviously. I mean, isn't this cute? My dad made the sign. I probably will fill it in a little bit, but I do like the daisies and the bees. I'm very, you know, on trend, I guess. I see it everywhere now. But yeah, give it a like if you like this. I don't just do this, believe me. I am more into the traditional crafts, I guess. You know, give me some popsicle sticks and some paint, and I'll create something. So, bottle caps. But I do have another kit coming up, and it may or may not involve cats. I do read all your comments, and there was a couple suggestions that I was like, ooh, and then I looked it up. Yeah, I'm doing that one. So it's coming up. Wait, if you haven't already, subscribe and you'll see the next kit coming up. So yeah, crochet, another one, another craft done in the bag and tried out. I will revisit this, I think. And see you in the next video. Hope this was fun. Bye.